Episode 6 of She-Hulk might have one of the most important endings to an episode so far, as it's teasing a huge impact on not just She-Hulk, but the entire MCU. So as always, just before we get into this, episode 6 audio commentary will be out for all members. If you join now, 150 plus audio commentaries available right away and tons more. Now let's get back to talking about She-Hulk and what exactly happens in the final scene. So during the episode, as I talked about in the other video, there's a website / an organization that seems to be fixated on taking down the Hulk. And while Jen's friend doesn't think that this could be anything sinister, or maybe it is, she doesn't know, she's just trying to warn Jen, we see that during the wedding, she's actually being spied on. And there's some indications here that maybe the person she's with, that she's kind of kicked things off with, if you will, is maybe somehow connected to this. What's important though, is at the end of the episode, we see the camera pull back to reveal, yeah, she's being spied on and recorded. And we end up seeing this. They're definitely trying to analyze She-Hulk, trying to get vials of her blood, which we've known as something central to this plot, for whatever sinister reason. And we see that they definitely got syringes filled with some sort of, blood, whether it's She-Hulk's or another Hulk's or whatever. There's the broken one as well. But what's important here is that they officially seem to have gotten the sample and put it in this case. Now again, during the episode, Titania and Hulk did battle one another, and it did look like at one point Titania could have gotten a little blood on her hand, but they never really show it. But the way she looks at her hand just kind of, I say to me, would be an implication that maybe she was involved with this. But again, who really knows? We still don't know who exactly is behind this, but I think it's starting to become clear that there's somebody involved here that's a little bit more fixated on really taking down not just this Hulk, but all Hulks. And due to the intelligentsia site and everything, they seem to find her an easy target because Bruce isn't even here, but also whoever this is clearly knows that Bruce will demolish them and is being careful, where She-Hulk is not exactly that worried. And again, this plays into her just going, oh, I'm She-Hulk. What now? What are you going to do to me? I have impenetrable skin and all that. But again, Jen doesn't seem to understand that there's far greater consequences with being a Hulk like Bruce does, and he warned her. And even in this, she tries to make a call to him, but again, he's still missing, so that's obviously going to play out in the end. So a lot going on in this episode, and I just can't wait to talk more about it, because the theories are starting to run wild, and I think this episode definitely has a big implication on, what's going to happen down the road, not just here, but also the bigger MCU. There's a lot more Hulks coming. Potentially a war among them, a world war Hulk, if you will.